Hi, in this Chrome tutorial I'm going to show you how I got from this customer image to this final image in a pretty simple process. So of course the first thing I did was crop the image, and then once I did that, using the pen tool, I created a clipping path around just the top areas where the all the background clutter is. I only went around the edges until about right there, so that I could clip out all this laundry in the back. And then right around these edges, I just was very rough about it because, as you see, there's some fur in there that we're going to need to use a feather brush to bring out anyway, so there's no point in being sharp. So basically, let's just pretend I did that. When I was done, I selected the path and I started using the clone stamp. I filled in this whole area. And once I had that all filled in, the reason I didn't clone stamp in here was because I would lose some of that fur. So what I did there was I copied from the first layer, I copied the background. I then deleted the mask over here because this part's all done. So we just want to paste into the area where there's where there's still laundry. I pasted, and then I created a mask for that area. So I selected this area. I could click down here to create a mask, and then we have that mask there. And I'm showing you this very quickly because we have another video already where I explain how to create the mask and do these edges like this. But basically, just a refresher, the gist of the mask is that by switching over here these colors back and forth between black and white using the paintbrush, you can take away the mask or you can add the mask. And if you have a nice good feather on your brush, then you're going to be able to really make the edges look more natural on something like this, where you don't want to have a finite line around the edge of the face. So once that area is done, the customer requested a white background. One of our editors just interpreted that by deleting the background completely, and this is what was done. And we want to avoid this because this looks like a cutout. It's very unrealistic looking, and the edges are very jagged. So I want to work with this image here, which I brightened up to create more of a white background. So even with brightening it, we still don't have a white background. And I'm going to show you the quickest way to adjust the background without having to do a whole edge around the cat again and select the background and work with just the background. So what I do is I copy the whole thing by clicking Command C, I paste it, I select the whole area, and I create a mask. Now, if I click back on the image of the cat, I'm going to go to my adjustment panel. I'm going to go to Hue and Saturation, and I'm going to turn the whole image black and white. This turned the background white, but it also turned the cat white. But luckily we have a clipping mask now, and we can easily take a brush and make sure we're on the mask part of the layer and start filling the cat back in. And the greatest thing is, even if you're a little sloppy and you go too far over the edge, just adjust the brush size, click X, which switches you back and forth, so switch to white, and you can go back in. So you can just keep going back and forth between adding and deleting until you get the edge the way that you want. But this is the quickest way to really just get a background changed without having to do all the outlining and all of that. And then if you think that the background looks too black and white and it's just unrealistic, then you can go over to the opacity and just bring it down a little bit so it looks more realistic. And yeah, so I just kept playing with that until I got the edges all right. And voila, the final product. The customer was really happy with this, so I encourage you guys to use a technique like this for your next project. Thanks for listening. Bye.